TikTok, a blessing and a curse. The new Vine, but much better or worse depending on your perspective. An app allegedly designed by the Chinese government in order to spy and steal data from Westerners. An application made from a company that wants to become the next big global social giant. Whether you find TikTok enjoyable and entertaining or a burden and a piece of spyware, we could all agree that the app is very addicting and full of both very talented individuals and whatever the hell this is. My honest opinion on TikTok is that it's in fact a blessing and a curse. As an avid fan of Vine, before the company sold to Twitter and shoved itself into a premature grave, I very much enjoy TikTok. TikTok is just an entertaining short-form content app designed for stupid people like me who spend 45 minutes on the toilet and have nothing else better to do. However, over the many years that I've been on TikTok, I have seen so many cancerous, vile, dumb, disgusting, and cringeworthy challenges and trends come out of the application, and I figured it would be fun and enjoyable to take a look through history, uncover some awful old trends, and just go balls deep into the lore behind them. Disclaimer before we begin. Do not, under any circumstance, attempt to recreate, reenact, reincarnate, or reanimate these trends and challenges. While some of these challenges are just plain stupid, a lot of them are pretty dangerous. I am in no way, shape, or form advocating for anyone to attempt these dumb, ridiculous actions. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Did you hear that, YouTube? I am not advocating dangerous or illegal acts. But yeah, don't do any of these. They're stupid. Some of them involve drugs. Don't do drugs. Anyhow, if you guys are excited to jump into the cesspool of dead controversial TikTok trends, then give this video a fat, moist like and subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. But with all of that out of the way, let's get started. Nyquil chicken. The name speaks for itself. It's a culinary dish that first originated in France. No, you stupid, dumb Nimrod. Well, the name does speak for itself. Nyquil chicken is chicken breast marinated in Nyquil, the cold and flu medication. The viral, or I guess vile trend, originated on April 1st, 2017, not on TikTok, but on 4chan of all places. So an unknown user on 4chan's cooking board made a post showcasing an image of some chicken breasts and asked if anyone wanted to see their sleepy time chicken recipe, which is another name for Nyquil chicken. The user then began to document and upload the entire cooking process for sleepy time chicken. Eventually, the average internet Twitter connoisseur discovered the recipe on April 20th, 2017, and uploaded 2 images of the dish. One image was a pot of chicken marinating in Nyquil, while the second image showcased the finished pieces of chicken on a plate next to a bottle of the cold medication. And the chicken trend began to spread across Twitter, and there was even a video that is no longer available on YouTube of some guys making the chicken and trying it, which you should never do, but eventually the trend died. That is until TikTok found out about the trend. Yep. Gen Z, my generation, revived a disaster. In September of 2020, a TikTok user posted a video of themselves making 2 chicken breasts in a pan of Nyquil. The video was obviously a joke, as proven by the fact that the person making the chicken was using a hair straightener during the cooking process, and also the fact that they said bone apple tea at the end of the video, which, if you guys don't know, first of all, is one of my favorite memes of all time. But bone apple tea is a phrase that mimics the French term bon appetit. Some other terms you could use besides bone apple tea is boner ankle 3, mom ate the beef, boring application, and blind refugees. Oh, I love that meme. Now, personally, I did not hear anything about this trend until earlier this year when I saw some TikTokers making the chicken for themselves. I didn't personally take this trend seriously though, because I like to think that a majority of the world's population aren't mentally stupid, but then again, like I mentioned before, there was a YouTuber back in 2019 that made the chicken and ate it, but for the most part, I did not see any chance of this trend becoming a problem, especially when the creators make their sarcastic nature very prominent in their videos. But then I remembered that a majority of users on TikTok are children, and then I remembered that children were pretty impressionable and will try to mimic anything popular. And then I also remembered that there are cloud chasers on the internet, and then I realized that this trend might be a bit of an issue. issue. Figured health officials would come out and offer some expert advice like, don't eat the chicken drenched in medicine because it's stupid and you can get sick and die, and well, they did. Back in January of 2022, Yahoo Life reported on the TikTok Nyquil chicken videos where a doctor warned against attempting the viral trend because, and I quote, when a person cooks cough medicine like Nyquil, however, they boil off the water and alcohol in it, leaving the chicken saturated with a super concentrated amount of drugs inside the meat. If a person were to eat the chicken breast completely cooked, it would be the equivalent of consuming a quarter to half a bottle of Nyquil, which is definitely not good. Soon after that, Jimmy Fallon of all people got a hold of the story and joked about it in his opening monologue on January 16th of the same year. And then Forbes covered the trend in an article, and once the story reached a peak, TikTok stepped in to mitigate the situation. The company began to remove all videos and traces of the Nyquil challenge trend from their platform. I know I shouldn't have to give this warning to all of you because I know that a majority of you watching are smart and sophisticated and you don't really need me to parent you or baby you, but for those of you who lack a brain, self-awareness, and I guess talent to an extent, don't try this. Don't cook the chicken in Nyquil, or any type of medication for that matter, because it's really dangerous. It's not worth the clout, it's not worth the taste. It probably tastes like garbage, and it's not safe. Don't do it. But yeah, that was the Nyquil chicken trend. Hopefully it stays dead. The Benadryl Challenge. In 2020, there was a challenge called the Benadryl Challenge, which revolved around consuming an excessive amount of the medication diphenhydramine, or Benadryl in the United States, and enter a delirious state of mind. Users on TikTok would purposely take high doses of the drug and would document the effect of tripping and hallucinating. The challenge went viral, with dozens of people attempting to recreate the stunt in order to gain fame, clout, notoriety, etc. But the challenge was not fun and games. Deliberate overconsumption of the medication can lead to confusion, delirium, psychosis, organ damage, hypothermia, convulsions, coma, and even death. And unfortunately, those side effects were not enough to stop many teenagers from attempting the challenge, and sadly, one of them will never return. A 15-year-old in Oklahoma tragically lost their life back in August of 2020 due to overdosing on the medication because of this trend. And in May of that exact same year, 3 teenagers from Texas were treated after overdosing as well. One of those teens was a 14-year-old, and they ended up taking 14 pills at once. A month after the passing of the 15-year-old, the FDA formally released a statement advising parents and medical practitioners to be aware of the challenge's prevalence and its risks. TikTok has since wiped this trend from its platform and has reassured its community that they will continue to monitor and make sure that content on their platform is safe and will never promote videos that violate the app's guidelines. It's unfortunate to hear about so many teenagers being rushed to the hospital from overdosing on an over-the-counter drug, and the worst part of it all is that these teens were not trying to put themselves in a terrible situation. They watched a video online and it persuaded them to partake in the challenge. So to those of you watching who happen to be very young and impressionable and might not understand the dangers of medication, misusing a product like Benadryl can lead to serious side effects with potentially long-lasting or even life-threatening consequences. So do not, under any circumstance, attempt to recreate this challenge. Beaning. Let me try and brighten up the mood a little bit, especially after that last entry we just discussed. Let's talk about beans, baby. Beaning was essentially the new egging of society. Egging is the act of pulling up to the house of a person you either don't know or don't like and throwing a carton of eggs at their house and making a mess. Well, beaning is the equivalent to that, but instead of using eggs, kids would use beans. Yeah. F***ing beans. What a crazy world we live in. So late last year in the UK, a TikTok account called bean.bandits launched a bean assault on someone's front doorstep. Soon after, teens would purchase large amounts of beans and would throw them at people's houses, cars, dump them on the front doorsteps of people's houses, etc., and would upload the footage to TikTok. Of course it's a UK trend. Those guys put beans on everything. Toast, houses, cars. To all of my UK viewers, you had that joke coming, and I am not sorry. Beaning wasn't necessarily the worst trend to come out of TikTok. In fact, it's more of just an inconvenience to the victims. Like, if you're a beaning victim, you'll probably have to get off your couch, go outside, grab the hose, and spray off your car, which could take like 10 minutes. I guess you could treat the beaning attack as a blessing in disguise. Like, maybe you could grab some toast, go outside, wipe some beans off of your car or off of your front deck and have some breakfast breakfast. Either way, this was still a very dumb trend and a complete waste of beans. Like, dude, I would have eaten those beans, brother. The trend, believe it or not, did get a bit out of hand, to the point that West Yorkshire police called on shopkeepers to be wary with who they allow to purchase the beloved breakfast item. Oh, yep, got it, UK. Alright, I got it. Listen, I eat beans for dinner and sometimes for midnight snacks, but I gotta remember that it's a different country and a different culture altogether, and that's just how the world works. I mean, people in the United States tend to make eggs for breakfast, and some countries see eggs as a lunch item, but we're getting off topic. Shut up. Next entry. The Milk Crate Challenge. The Milk Crate Challenge, or just a crate challenge, was a viral trend that blew up back in August of 2021. The basic premise of the challenge was to stack a ton of milk crates in a podium-like orientation with both sides of the structure functioning as stairs. And the idea is that one person would climb up and down the milk crate tower without destroying the structure or falling down to the ground, breaking their legs, arms, face, and dignity. Now, you would think that this challenge would be fun and silly and quirky and cutesy, right? Well, no. I mean, it's not the worst challenge on this list. I still think it's pretty dumb, though. Like, it was pretty entertaining to watch these videos on TikTok when the trend was still pretty popular, but like, I would not tell anyone to go out of their way to stack up some milk crates and attempt the challenge, unless, of course, they were like Johnny Knoxville or someone from Jackass. To be honest with all of you, I probably would attempt this challenge too. I just don't have milk crates. So because of this milk crate challenge, there were multiple reports of various injuries like dislocated shoulders and rotator cuff tears, ACL tears, meniscus tears, broken wrists, and even spinal cord injuries because of the instability of the stacked crates. Climbing these crates wasn't like a cakewalk at all. The crates were very wobbly, and if you didn't have great balance, you took a wrong step, if the ground was uneven, or if you just sucked in general, you would fall and run the risk of getting injured. Of course, being that it's a TikTok trend, experts and medical professionals warned against attempting this challenge, and even TikTok themselves came out with a statement that they would remove all videos involving the milk crate challenge and would display an error message whenever a user searched up #milk crate challenge on the application. As much as I'm going to miss watching people fall down on their asses, attempting something stupid like this, getting rid of this trend on TikTok was probably for the best. The cereal challenge. This is probably the least concerning trend or challenge to come out of this godforsaken application. The cereal challenge is, well, it's... God, I think I'm having a stroke. You essentially pour cereal and milk into your mouth while lying on the floor, and someone or something has to eat that cereal with the spoon. It's super gross, but it's also really funny. I think this is the most hilarious challenge of the bunch that I'm going to talk about in today's video, but Twitter, the social media site full of people that like to ruin everything, ruined this challenge. There were people condemning the #cereal challenge over concerns that someone could get hurt or even choke to death. Alright, you know what? Honestly, I could see how some might be concerned over people's safety. I mean, a person lying on their back with food in their mouth isn't necessarily the brightest idea. It kind of increases a person's chances of choking and unaliving themselves. Yeah, alright, you know what? Twitter might be onto something here. I'm not going to recommend any of you try this challenge just because the risk of choking on food is pretty high in this scenario, but I totally recommend checking out some cereal challenge videos because they could be pretty entertaining or gross depending on the type of person you are, or your star sign, or whatever bullshit excuse zodiac people say. The Penny Challenge. So towards the end of 2021, a new dangerous and idiotic challenge emerged from the darkness of TikTok called the Penny Challenge. Technically, it's been around since 2020, but it recently became popular once again on the app. The Penny Challenge is pretty simple to explain. A person with a phone charger, or realistically any sort of cord that can be plugged into an outlet, plugs the cord in halfway into the outlet so that the prongs are exposed, and then that person takes a penny and holds it against the exposed prongs, which... Did I mention that this challenge is idiotic? Yeah, well, it really fucking is. The combination of exposed prongs and an outlet with a penny can result in that person getting an electric shock, and it could also potentially start a fire or create serious lifelong injuries. So, look, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I mean, I am good at role-playing in the bedroom, but I am not a real doctor. Please, for the love of God, listen to me when I say, don't do something stupid like this. You're just an idiot if you attempt something like this. This isn't even a challenge. This is just stupid. Like, Like, I'm online looking and all the articles say penny challenge. There's no challenge to it. You're just asking to get shocked. You're asking for a baskin. Apparently back in December, a 10-year-old child asked their Amazon Alexa for a challenge, and the Alexa actually prompted the penny challenge idea to the kid. Now Amazon has since released a statement claiming that once they heard about the situation, they took swift action to fix it, but Jesus Christ. Look, there's not much more to really say about this stupid challenge other than don't even think about doing it because it's stupid. Devious Lick Challenge. I think I have saved probably the biggest challenge on the list for last. The Devious Lick Challenge, also known as names such as the Diabolical Lick, the Dastardly Lick, and Nefarious Lick Challenge, was a viral challenge that rose to infamy in late 2021, where most high school students would post videos of themselves on TikTok stealing, vandalizing, or showing off one or more items they stole from their school, typically from their school bathrooms. While many of the Devious Lick videos were 100% fake, a lot of them were also very, very real. The trend first blew up in September of 2021 after a TikTok user named Jug4Elias posted a video displaying a box of disposable masks that they claimed to have stolen from their school with the caption, "A month into school, Devious Lick." Soon after, tons of videos would be posted to TikTok of teenagers stealing soap and paper towel dispensers, sinks, mirrors, floor and ceiling tiles, fucking urinals and toilets, exit signs, telephones, smartboards, microscopes, and even bathroom stalls on very rare occasions. Various schools began to crack down on the trend, warning students of serious unforgiving consequences and arrests, which ultimately did happen to a lot of those who partook in the challenge. However, after the media backlash and crackdown of Devious Licks and the trend's ultimate demise, a sequel to the trend titled Angelic Yields began to circulate amongst TikTok, where instead of stealing and damaging school property, students would donate items to their school, like soap bottles, toilet paper. Basically, Angelic Yields was the counter trend to Devious Licks, and actually received positive reviews from schools and communities who were victims, or I guess winners, of the Angelic Yield trend. But just like most controversial trends and challenges, they don't last too long on TikTok. The original video by Jug4Elias was removed soon after its original upload, and TikTok has also removed all of the videos featuring the trend. Now, obviously, I did not cover every single controversial trend or challenge on TikTok in this particular video. In fact, I had to cut a lot of challenges out of this video, like the blackout challenge or the soy sauce ball dipping trend. If I were to cover every single controversial TikTok challenge in this particular video, it would just be way longer than I originally intended it to be. But I'm willing to make a sequel of sorts to this video if you guys did enjoy this one and want to hear me discuss more atrocious TikTok trends. All you have to do is let me know in the comments below if you want me to make a sequel video, and if you have any TikTok challenges that I did not cover that you think I should cover in a sequel video, let me know in the comments below. But other than that, if you guys enjoyed today's video, then do me a favor and leave a like. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, follow me on all of my social links, and join my zesty flaming hot Discord server. Links are in the description below. Have a great day, everyone, and remember that TikTok makes my prostate hurt.